brings us to guy number 5. Shy Taco. Shy Taco was an accidental Tinder match. I accidentally I swiped up. I super liked him. I did not mean to because I forgot that was not Bumble, and that's not how Bumble, or Tinder looks at other pictures. But I figured, it's not going to be a big deal because, I have, there's not many guys who have messaged me first, so probably won't happen. And of course, karma came to bite me in the ass, and he did message me, and he wanted to meet up, and I'm just like, oh, I don't know. But we did end up going to breakfast. He was so shy, very quiet, very awkward. And I'm a normally quiet person too, especially when I get to first know people. And that's not a bad thing either.
I had to talk her ear off when I met her. Yeah, you did. I had to. So because she was so quiet and so. But no, I mean, so with him not saying anything, it must have been like a very quiet, awkward. It was like a very quiet, 2.5 hours of hanging out, and it was just like.
We ended up going to the mall afterwards, and we went into Hot Topic, and we went to Spencer's, and we were showing each other our favorite things, and we have literally nothing in common. He doesn't like Harry Potter, has never seen Lord of the Rings. It was just no, it was just a bad match.
No, he's just a bad person. I like Harry Potter. You said that, not me. What's wrong with you?
Alright, so then this brings us to Tinder douche. And I have some screen caps of this, so I will, I'll give it to Elizadeath so that she can
do that soon.
Yeah.
Because this is going up today or tomorrow.
So his bio said that he was looking for a nerdy, quirky, intelligent girl. I'm like, you know what? I kind of fit all those things. I'm pretty nerdy, I'm pretty dorky. I like to think I'm intelligent. I can hold a decent conversation. And I had noticed that in his bio, he had put something like, I'm 6 foot because saying that my height is important is super important. I'm just like, oh, that's just I got it. It's a joke. Funny. So I'm like, alright, message him, say, I don't know who you've been talking to, but your height really isn't that important. Winky face. Which as everyone fucking knows, is the universal sign for I'm just fucking around. I'm not serious. But he took it so personally. And was just I worded it in such a way that it was a joke. And I was just like, oh, well, jokes sometimes don't really translate well into text. Winky face. And he was like, well, you're the first person to ever point it out. And I'm like, well, damn, this is how it's gonna be then. So we had a conversation going. And basically I was just kind of like, sorry about this. I'm not a comedian by nature, so sometimes my jokes drop. It's cool. And he was just such a douche about it. And it got to the point where he was just kind of like, so do you have any other questions or concerns or critiques for me? And I'm just like, well,
bitch. Fuck you.
Yeah, at this point, I'm just full throttle, just like, you know what, I've been nice, I offered to just start over, clean slate, no more, no fucking more. So I said, well, I have this rash on my arm, which is an obvious joke.
Well, I just have this rash on my arm, and she put it ...
Yeah.
This is clearly just being sarcastic.
That's not serious, dude. And he's just like, you're doing a really bad job at selling yourself.
Dude, how thick can you be? Are you that stupid? What really bothered me about this guy is that she showed me his profile and stuff and said that he wanted a funny, witty girl. The thing is that what I think it is that he wanted somebody intelligent and witty, but not as intelligent and witty as him. Otherwise, you're a threat. That's what happened. Yeah. What an idiot.
So yeah,
douche, that's your name.
So basically, I was typing something back. I had just sent it, and then just before I could get a screen cap of what he had said next, he unmatched and blocked me, and I was just like, all right, there's that.
Whatever.
you know, whatever. I had fun at the end of the day. The guy was a douchebag.
She's
all good.
cursed. It's all
You know,
good.
yeah, so
It's something to laugh about.
I take things in stride. I saw the silver lining of this whole thing of there's someone who's really, really dumb out there, and I'm just not with them. Thank the Lord. So then this brings us to guy number 7, who
She's lost count.
I've lost count, who I have nicknamed Apostle. So, met on Tinder, had a lot in common. Bob's Burgers, you know, Rick and Morty, really funny.
He got my jokes? Huh?
That was, like I said, that was good. We had like really good candor with each other. We talked a lot. I went over to his house one time to hang out, watch movies. We watched The Last Crusade, good movie. We did end up having sex. But in the middle of us talking and everything, he was making mention about how one day he wants to get married and have kids. Now, one thing that I don't put on my Tinder profile, at least, you know, I didn't until this happened, was the fact that I already have 2 kids. And the reason why I do that is, you know, to protect myself and to protect the kids too. Because I don't want to bring someone into my life without fully getting to know that person, you know, and like mentioning that.
I think it looks bad when you put your saying that I have kids, because it looks like you prioritize your kids over anything else. And I think,
right,
to me, when you come off as if you have a healthy balance, that when you put kids on there, it's not a healthy balance. Like, kids do come first. We all know this though, but when you put it on there, it's like, I don't know, it's a bad sign to me.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah. So, I felt like that little pang of guilt of, shit, maybe I should have made mention. So, a few days later, we were going to hang out and go out on a date. And he came over to the house to pick me up. And I'm like, hey, listen, before we go anywhere, I need to tell you that I am getting a divorce. I'm no longer with my husband. And I also have 2 kids of my own. And he was shocked. Like, he was just, you know, very quiet for a while. And then he told me, you know, that doesn't change things. I still want to go out with you. And I'm like, okay, cool. So we went out. We had a good time. We had a lot of fun. And then, you know, a couple days goes by, and we were talking, and I was asking him about, you know, like the whole kid thing. And he's like, well, you know, I'm still processing it. Still trying to get it all in my head. I'm like, no, I get it. That's cool. It's a lot to take in. And he's like, I don't know if I can date someone who has kids, because those are huge responsibilities. And I'm just like,
That's not your
it's
kids.
not, yeah, it's not your kids. They already have a dad. They don't need a dad. Like, they have one already.
I know it's an automatic man thing, but who do you think you are to assume that you're going to be a parent of these children? Like, they already have parents. Like, maybe if it were a situation where, like, your husband died or something, that's the main thing, but your kids have a dad. Yeah.
And we're just
I
talking
think it's a
dating
man
too.
thing.
And we're just talking dating. We're not talking like, hey, we are, you know, in 2 days time we're gonna go get married. No, we're just dating. We're not even boyfriend girlfriend. So it was just kind of weird.
It's a man thing, I think.
Yeah, I think so. But so I was like, yeah, you know, come up with some questions and we'll talk about it, you know, tomorrow. So that day I was actually with Elizadeath, and we were doing a photo shoot. And we were actually in the car talking about this same exact situation. And just as she was telling me, I think everything's going to be okay, I think everything's going to work out, I get the text message saying, you know, I've thought about it, I keep thinking about it, but I don't think that I can be in any, like, I cannot date you because I don't think I can handle the responsibilities. And I'm just like, dude, why text?
Why text and what responsibilities?
Yeah. And so he was at work, you know, and I get what he was going for with that whole thing, but I was still just kind of like, that's not how you do things.
No, we need to talk.
Yeah, so basically at the end of it all, I was like, okay, so listen up. I'm gonna stop messaging you. okay? If you want to talk to me, you can message me first. If you still want to go out, you know, this Friday, like we had already planned, hit me up. Like, you know, just let me know. But this is entirely on you. Like, this is your choice. I'm not going to push it one way or another.
The ball is in his court, so he can't say that you're just, no, wait. No, it's on him.
Yeah. So that, you know, that was number 8, which brings us to number 9.
No.
That was number 7. Was it? Oh, she keeps losing count. I do. Alright, so this is now number 8. Yeah, this is now number 8.
Okay, so after that happened, I got back on Tinder and I met this guy who is nicknamed Doctor Who. By this time, I had already put on my Tinder profile, I have 2 kids already. No, they're not looking for a dad. You know, just because I'm not going to deal with that.
Yeah.
We got along really great. Had like a really good connection. The issue was, first of all, that he is poly.
Which you didn't find out until like a week or so later.
I didn't find out for a week after we were actually, you know, kind of dating and seeing each other, and talking a lot. And me personally, I'm not someone who can be poly.
Neither could I.
You know, if you can be, you know, all the more power to you.
Yeah.
Like
that's your business. That's none of mine. But I can't do it.
I just personally. Yeah,
I can't.
And then a lot of it has to do with my own insecurities and my own, you know, just things like that. Just, you know, my brain would get in the way of things. So,
I can relate.
So basically, we decided, you know, because of the fact that we weren't going to be able to see each other a whole lot, and we're both people. I mean, we're both Aries, so we both crave like constant contact and attention.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, for like an entire week, we barely got to talk to each other, and it was like, in a way, kind of painful, because it's just like, you know, I wasn't feeling good, I was really stressed out, I could have really used someone to be there, and I couldn't.
Just to say, hey, how's it going?
Yeah, even just that, you know. So, and then like with his custody schedule, which, you know, I'm never ever going to blame that for anything. Like, dude, you see,
that's a court-appointed thing.
It's a court-appointed thing, but like, dude, no, you need to see your girls.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that's important. Like, I get that. I would never hold that against anyone. So we put that to the wayside, and just, you know, just cool with it.
Any updates?
So the update now, though, is I started talking to Apostle again, and he had
too much responsibility.
And he apologized for being a huge asshole. And he said, I went about it the wrong way. I'm a huge overthinker, and I should have never did that to you. So then, you know, we started talking more, and we were talking about things. I told him, you know, you really hurt my feelings. Like, that was like super shitty. And I mean, he agreed and stuff, and he was like, you know, I just overthink things, and if you're okay with it, then I want to try to see where this goes. Like, I would like to try to kind of start over and just, you know, just work things out and just try, you know, and be more understanding basically of where you're coming from. And I'm like, at first I was like really unsure. I was like, you know, maybe I just want to be friends. But then after talking to you and talking to our other friend, kind of put it like more into perspective. And a lot of it had to do with our friend Kyle, who was just like, you know, at the end of it all, you have to realize he really is trying.
He was trying so hard, and it was not just like over one day. He was trying for like a week.
Yeah, and it's not even just like like the fact of trying to win me back, but just the fact of
Sincerity.
just, yeah, and just trying to make things right, which is, I mean, that's super commendable. So,
As I said, it probably will work out.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So that's where I am right now. We're just, you know, chilling, letting things see where they go, and I mean, he's great to hang out with. So, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
that's her update for the past 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Me, to be honest, I could say second guy, but I'm only gonna talk about one because that just went nowhere for the second one. But so several weeks ago, an old friend of mine, because I'm the person that likes to date friends. I want to be really comfortable with you. I want to know you. I'm not the person to go into Tinder or Bumble, Plenty of Fish. I've tried it all and it's not for me. But I messaged a guy that I knew. He was 13, I was 17. We were in a youth group thing where our sister church just met up and did like a lock-in. I had no idea he was 13. He did look 13. We'll call him Jacob because I was a twihard then, and he looked like Jacob. And that's kind of how it started. And then I realized when we were talking about like our study, Bible study kind of thing, they split us up from high school and middle school, and I was like, "Where's Jacob? Oh shit! What did I get myself into?" Like I had no idea, and I was like, "I'm into deep.
Into deep.
He's super cute, but I'm into deep." Because,
Abort!
yeah, abort mission because a year later it's gonna be statutory. But it was super cute. Oh, but he didn't look 13 at all. No. But anyway, so like we just knew each other, and I guess you could say friends. But a funny story is that before he got super mad at me, and then we did talk to each other for years, and the story went that he was flirting with one of my friends, and her name will be Leo, because she's a Leo. Very much a Leo. She's a Leo's Leo, both Sun and Moon Leo. And then we were with another friend, and we shall call her Smallish Child because she was the youngest. She was younger than Jacob. And but my friend Leo, she was only a couple of years younger than me, so she was still older than Jacob. And so they were texting each other, and Leo's like, he's really like flirting with me and stuff. I don't know how I feel about this. So we played with him, and he wanted Leo to send like pics of her boobs, so we sent like screenshots from Google and stuff, and it kind of fooled him. It did fool him in the end. He sent a dick pic at the end, and yeah, it was this back and forth thing, so eventually he sent a dick pic. At the time he's probably 16 or something like that, 16-year-old dick. So Leo and I are laughing hysterically, going, "Oh my god, he actually sent it." He actually sent it. And Smallish Child, who I'm really close to at this time, very young and innocent, never seen a penis before. That was her first time seeing a penis. And she's like, is this Jacob's penis? And when she asked that, the look on her face, she's like, is this Jacob's penis? Leo and I are dead. We're just on the floor. We're about to pee ourselves. Our abs are hurting. Like, we're dying. And then after that, we want to mess with him. And so we used my phone number because it was a new phone number. And I started texting him with Smallish Child and Leo, like, going, "Yeah, let's do this." And saying, "What are you doing sending a girl a dick pic? You realize I can go anywhere." And Leo sent the picture to me, and I sent it to him. He's like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "You don't need to know who I am." And it was hilarious. And every time, like, I texted dialogue, I sent him a creepy, like, serial killer clown picture. So he probably sent him about 30 screenshots off of Google on my phone. It was so funny. And they eventually died down after like 3 days because it got boring. It wasn't fun anymore. But then like a year later, he saw my phone number synced to Facebook, and he knew it was me, and he's like, "You bitch." I was like, "Oh my god, you found out. That's so funny." And then now he's just turned 20 a couple days ago, and I'm 24. You know, that's different. It's not illegal. You're in your 20s. I'm sorry, but as somebody who's 24, 18 is still a teenager to me. It's still a kid, you know? Mm-hmm. And so he's 20, I'm 24. I'm like, I'll send him a text. It won't hurt. At least to catch up, even if we're just friends. I'm not here to just that type of person. I'm like, I'm only interested in dick, and if you just want to be friends, bye. I'm not that person. Like, I'll still be friends. And so we talked, and we talked astrology, and then it came into personalities, and then it boom, it came into like dominant submissive talk. Like, it just happened. I was like, ooh, this got heated real quick. And eventually it came down. He goes to university and he stays on campus, and I commute, but I still live where we're from. He originally is from the general area where I live. And so he said he'd come home for Easter. I'm like, oh cool, so maybe we can meet up. And then I was making dreads with Amanda when he texted me and said, oh, well, I got like 3 shifts that weekend. So I'm like, okay, so when are you free? You know, like, I thought you're coming home to like chill with your family because it's Easter. I'm not going to assume you're just coming home for me. And then maybe have an evening, you know, chat and catch up, because we're like, we know each other. It's not like a first date or anything. It's like friends meeting up, and then, yeah. And so he's like, well, I can meet after this time. I'm super annoyed. I'm like, okay, I can work with you after work. So I didn't have any dinner because I was expecting to meet up at B-Dubs, so I'd have wings and some beer. And then text me after work saying I'm not going to be able to make it. I'm too tired. And I was just like, I'm hungry. I am thirsty for some booze. Fuck you. Because my friend Stephanie, she texted me earlier that day to say, do you want to do something tonight? And I'm like, I think I got a date. And she's like, oh, good for you. And I texted her and I'm like, you still want to do something? Because this guy blew me off. And she's like, I got $45 worth of Applebee's gift cards. I'm like, yes, give me my Bahama Mamas. I love the Bahama Mamas.
They are pretty tasty.
And yeah, and then I immediately put a picture on Instagram because Jacob goes on Instagram and likes my stuff.
Consistently.
A
like, lot.
He was never really an Instagram person until I told him I am mostly Instagram than on any social media. And put Instagram that I'm having drinks with Stephanie. Like that. Like, it happened an hour after he blew me off. And that I have a life and you're not the center of it. And sometimes guys need to be told that. Like, some guys are really cool, but then sometimes just don't get it. And I really think at that time he didn't get it. So we didn't talk for a week, and I was okay with that. I was expecting not talking to him for a long while because I expected him to be mad. But a week later he texts me back and I'm like, there's that exotic thing going on. you get your taste, you get your interesting taste, your interesting conversation and aesthetic dreams of your ideal girl, I guess, or the girl of the week. And then you go, and then he came back and texted me a week later. Now, granted, it didn't really bother me either, is because when he and I would have text dialogue, I'm not the person that needs to be texted every day. And I made that clear, like, she needs that. I don't. I'm super busy and I focus on a million things at once. I can do that. And I'm naturally ambidextrous, and I'm naturally tasking. It's just what I do. I can do 6 million things at once. But I'm super busy. And so when he's like, I haven't heard of you in a while, I'm like, well, I assume you're busy because it's the end of the semester too. And I've been really busy. So we've been texting on and off. Like, I asked him the other day how his birthday was. You know, I think we'll meet up when he comes home from the semester. We'll see how it goes, I guess. I'm not very good at this stuff. I don't have the desire to be, but I'd really like to get in that dominant and sub conversation again. I liked that conversation. It had my full undivided attention. So, yeah. That's where that's going. Yeah, and I only had one. I didn't need a list. She did. But that just proves, even if you're an edgy girl and into alternative aesthetics and hobbies and stuff. It doesn't mean you date the same, but I guess you get relatively similar reactions and stuff. So
Yeah.
and so that's our dating lives. So yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions about or would like to see any other content about edgy girls or alternative girls and their dating lives, yeah, we can keep going. We can give a 2.0 in like a year or something. Because I find this really funny and really interesting, and like how we are literally exotic creatures. So okay, well, thanks again, and yeah, bye, boils and ghouls.
Bye!